Happy Monday. I am Jeremy Grafe, and I am excited because this is my friend Conrad Smith. Some of you may recognize him as being one of the few guests I've actually had on the show in the last year. At least since before I went to Texas for a few weeks to be at Sherwood Forest Fair with Michael Gartner and the rest of the crew there. So, yeah, thanks for being here tonight, Con.
Thanks for having me back. It's always fun.
Yeah, man. So how's everybody doing tonight? Yeah? All right.
We got Scotch Dragon,
Oh, yeah.
Dementia,
Okay. We got the gang here.
Carlos is here,
Ah, yes.
What's up, Carlos?
Craig Wiley.
Ooh. We got a good crew tonight. Right on.
And Carlos wants you to know he stopped playing with my Micro Dark Terror to be here with you.
You know, I appreciate that level of sacrifice, Carlos. If you had, like, a full-on terror, that would be an even bigger sacrifice.
And Lisa's here too.
Oh, right on. Hey, Lisa. Well, good to see everybody.
I tried to do the live with comments, but it seems like the comments are behind
Oh,
just so you know.
okay.
So we might not have that tonight.
Well, you can try and make adjustments. Or no? Okay, that's fine. All right, well, we may or may not have live comments tonight. Anyway, it's good to have you here in any case. So we've got a good number of fairly old songs tonight that friends of the show should recognize. And we've got some much less old songs that I wrote that friends of the show should also recognize. So, if you haven't already, please like and share the channel. There should be a little box with an arrow sticking up. You click on that, and you can share us to any of your socials. You can send a direct text message to a friend with the link. You can even email it to somebody. I know. Who uses email anymore? I do. That's two of us. Anyhow, we got a bunch of cool stuff tonight, so we're going to be checking in. What are the announcements this week? Is there anything I need to tell you about now? What's everybody getting into this week? I know some of us are moving around to new fairs, so maybe talk about that. Or, this is my favorite thing for this week. As of Wednesday, I will be fully vaccinated, having had my full 2-week period of waiting. So I'm pretty excited about that, and both excited and feeling a little strange about getting back into general population once more. So, anyway.
For those at home, if you were concerned for my well-being, thank you. I've been vaccinated for a little while.
He gets a pretty hefty constitution bonus, so I really wasn't worried anyhow.
The charisma, so low. It's like somebody rolled a D6.
Oh, yeah, Michael. He might be a good one for taverns and tankards when the show moves to Pennsylvania, by the way.
That's not like a video thing, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, good luck.
No, it'll be good.
With my face.
It'll be real good. I think I already have a line on what his job was before he joined the adventuring party of bards. We'll get into that a little bit later. Michael, do me a favor and post in the comments, because the last time we left it, we weren't sure what you were going to do Tuesday night. So please let us know if tomorrow night is going to be alternative programming or you're taking a night off. So anyway, we got a bunch of music tonight. So I'm excited about that.
We better get started, I guess.
Well, we did get started. We already played one song. You know?
Don't listen to me. I don't know anything. I just play this.
Just.
Sometimes it happens. Not today. I'm just waiting for you.
I'm waiting for you.
Okay.
That's a house elf favorite.
Misha likes that song too.
Oh, does he now?
Yeah, he does.
We'll have to get a VL in that one then.
He said that he misses playing tunes with you,
Yeah.
and that he's sure you don't mind not being there because it rained and it's a muddy mess.
Yeah, I've seen pictures. The one day that it rained there was quite boggy. But I got really lucky, and the weather was mostly gorgeous when I was there. So,
Just a side note, I like that tune for completely different reasons. Jeremy put an F13 chord in there. That's this. Oh Lord, it's a good chord.
my friends only love me for my modal playing.
And the hair. The hair is good.
For now. All right. So, backing up a few centuries. So before he was first to be in line to the throne, which he never expected, Henry VIII was quite an accomplished songwriter, which is way more fun than his mania for finding an heir. But we've talked about that before. Let's just focus on what's good, right? I love Henry VIII's songwriting. Let's just leave it at that. Pastime with good company, I love and shall until I die. Grudge to lust but none deny, so God be pleased thus live will I. For my pastimes on sing and dance, my mind is set on goodly sport. For my comfort, who shall me lend? Youth must have some dalliance, good or ill, some pastance. Company is good or ill, but every man hath his free will. Idleness is chief mistress of vices all, and who can say but mirth and play is best of all? Company with honesty is virtue, vices to flee. Company is good or ill, but every man hath his free will. The best ensue, the worst eschew. My mind shall be virtue to use, vice to refuse. The shall I use me? For my past tense, on sing and dance, my heart is set on goodly sport. For my comfort, who shall me lend?
Those notes were definitely not period.
There were lots of notes in there that weren't period. But we're not necessarily working on historicity right now. We were just trying to make good music that is fun and enjoyable to listen to and play. So,
Good company.
with good company. So there we are. We've got our bases covered. Even if we're not all literally together, we're still together, virtually, which is still
We're
really
virtually
cool.
together, but really,
Yeah.
that's not like a mind bender.
Well, it's good to engage in a little bit of paradox. What's that?
Where did the Entwives come?
Oh no, I was thinking of something a bit more recent than that. One of my personal favorite saints. A little nonsense now and then, practiced by the wisest men. Points awarded if you know where that comes from and who sang it. No one in house. Well, it looks like Lindsay's writing books over there.
He was having trouble with his computer sound, but it's fixed.
Oh, well, that's good. Good that that was not a problem we could do nothing about. Oh, okay. Well then, we still have more music for you. This is something that I wrote relatively recently, and I'm still pretty excited about. It's another house elf favorite, so... She's usually the first person that hears stuff, so it's usually good as a sign when I come downstairs after having written something, and she says, "Is that new?" Which usually means she's excited, and then follows up with, "I really like this." So that's usually, you know, my first mark whether a song is any good or not. So here we go. So did we hear from Misha about what the story is for tomorrow night?
I believe he said they're going to figure something out, but he doesn't have details.
Okay, so no details. Are we doing same time, or what's the story?
Gotta get deets on the beats, man. I don't know.
I mean, it's fine if we don't. Just know to make sure you check out Volgamut on Facebook, and if you're not already liking them and following them, please do so. So that way you'll find out what the story is on tomorrow night. And I'll probably post something too, because it makes sense to get the word out there. Logically. So, cheers to that. I asked. You said you were fine.
Hey, man, if I'm gonna get through this set, these bladders gotta be empty.
Bladder of a mouse.
Keys of a Balrog.
All right.
I'm really tired. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll give you a couple measures.
Conrad, he left the better part of his consciousness in Ardra. It's most unfortunate.
Arda?
Yeah, Ardra. I'm playing Deadfire, and there's a substance called Ardra in that.
Makes total sense.
So for those of you who are experiencing the heartbreak of nerd rage right now, I apologize.
How about this? The other half of my conscience sunk with Beleriand. After the great
Silmarillion,
battle
anyone?
with Morgoth. I know. Can't believe you guys are still watching.
We're a literary-minded crew here.
Yeah, I think this one's you. I don't think that I'm gonna.
so much that I love, and yet the road to correction's long. Oh, so much that but I can't hold on to hope for long. Pull me in, hold me tight, help me stand for the change to come.
Is that song new? I like it.
I wrote it last summer.
I was doing the house elf thing.
Oh, I see.
See what I did there? Yeah.
All right.
If you were listening earlier, thanks for forgetting.
So, for those of you watching the show for a bit, or maybe if you're new to the show, I actually wrote that song. My friend Robin posted a bunch of pictures that she took around this time last year, and they were just really gorgeous and evocative. And like this time of year, there are so many great smells and so many wonderful sights. And my initial response on her thread was the first verse of this song. And as I'm typing it out, I'm like, that is kind of like a good.
It's a good song.
That's a good lyric. I want to work with that. So I just.
There's lyrics in that line.
That's right. So I just sent the first line and kept the rest to myself, and then spent the rest of the evening writing that song. So, music in these pictures. Look for it on the next album that I'll release at some point, hopefully by the end of the year.
Scott's Dragon says that it makes them feel like they're floating on a sea of cotton candy.
I hope that's good. I also hope you rinse when you're done. As a person with an aversion to sticky things, that is both an evocative image and a moment of, yeah, so anyhow. But yeah, I'll take it.
Carlos wants to know about your shirt. Is there a hand with an eye on your shirt?
There is. Carlos, this is a band that I think you need to know. Everybody else check this band out too. The band is called Yob. They are from Portland. They are one of my favorite bands. If you like an intersection of very heavy music, psychedelia, and sublime lyrics, Yob is for you. I commend you to their most recent albums, Clearing the Path to Ascend, as well as, oh damn it.
Carlos knows.
I would hope so. So if you want to search for one song, I recommend Beauty and Falling Leaves. It is one of my favorite ways to spend 16 minutes. I'm not even kidding. It's a gorgeous song and has actually helped me to get through the last year. So if you don't know Yob, please, I would check them out. You'll figure out like where some of my stuff comes from. But yeah, just gorgeous music. Wonderful people. If you get a chance to go see them live, do that. They do a really rare thing in the heavy music scene where like people might be rowdy for the band before, but Yob comes on and the whole room just stands and nods and just, it's really quite something.
You said that and I text that. If you ever get the chance to see them live, go.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen Yob, I think more than any band, but the bands that I've like helped work crew for. So yeah, Yob, Highly recommend them. No?
Just had a moment there. It was a thing. It's a different thing. You don't want to know. We'll just leave that. We'll move on. To England! On second thought, let's not go to England. 'Tis a silly place. We're going to England.
Farewell and adieu to you, Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu to you, daughters of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail for old England. We hope in a short time to see you again. We'll rant and we'll roar like true English sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all along the salt sea until we strike sounding in the channel of old England. Ocean to Skilly be 35 leagues. We hove our ships to with the wind from the south, boys. Hove our ships to deep soundings to take. 'Twas 45 fathoms and a white sandy bottom, so we squared our mainyard up channel with a make. We'll rant and we'll roar like true English sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all along the salt sea until we strike sounding in the channel of old England. From Ocean to Skilly be 35 leagues. Now let every man drink up his full bumper. Let every man drink up his full glass. We'll drink and be jolly. We'll drown melancholy. Here's to the health of each true-hearted lass. We'll rant and we'll roar like true English sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all along the salt sea until we strike sounding in the channel of old England. From Ocean to Skilly be 35 leagues.
I can take or leave England. It's fine.
Oh, well,
I've never been, so I'm one to talk.
I want to go back.
Have you been? This is my contribution to the live stream.
Oh, good work.
Right? I'm learning. Week by week, I'm learning.
You engage with the people.
It's as though I'm meeting you, Scotch Dragon, and I'd be very interested to know if you've been to England.
I mean more than just Scotch Dragon. So if you've been to England, do say, and say what you loved about it the best.
Convince me to go, or not.
I mean, fresh fish and chips there is pretty great. The trains are pretty cool too. The National Gallery is amazing.
Are you convincing? Are you being
See it right, well, because the nerd in me is gonna be like, well, there's the organ. But then, the side part is always like, you know, there's these really great choirs in London, but most of them are like young boy choirs, and it's really weird to say online that I love the sound of young boy choirs.
And yet you just did.
I did just say it. But I said that it was weird in the beginning, which actually doesn't help at all. So let's just say the pipe organs out in England they're better than moderate.
Michael says he's been, and his favorite thing was leaving.
But Michael, did you get
Go
to
back
hear,
to Leipzig.
Did you get to hear anyone sing or play Herbert Howells? That's Michael from Wagner?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because Herbert Howells in those cathedrals is second to none. That and Ray Vaughan Williams. I could leave the rest of English music. But
I could go on and on about the joys of modern English music. Actually, and we could start there with modern English. If you haven't already, do check out.
modern English.
They are
brought to
amazing.
you by- Oh, you mean
The band, they are
I thought
incredible.
he meant the language.
Oh no, I'm
I
not
thought
kidding
that
at
was-
all.
that was
The
quite
band
a-
Modern English is amazing. Yeah. Do check them out.
I'm so glad. I was going to make a joke about the virginal earlier, but I'm sure Michael would have answered that. I was going to be like, if you can tell me what a virginal is, online, I'll PayPal you $20, but I'm glad I didn't say that because he would have.
But you just said that.
I said I was going to have said that. And I didn't
So it
put
doesn't
money on
actually count as a
I'm
true
not sending
challenge.
you any money. You know more about the virginal than me, so
Misha says, you know, the Thomas Choir, that dude, Bach, England.
Pshaw. Bach, like all great innovators, took something that someone else was doing and just did it better. What are you gonna do?
Shall we go back to France and start drinking? Yes, I think we should. We.
Quand j'ai pas du vin crevé, à mi tout tourner, 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 tourner. Aussi des amis, j'ai pas un jour à boire. Quand j'ai pas du vin crevé, à mi tout tourner, 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 tourner. Aussi des amis, j'ai pas un jour à boire. Chantons et mouvons, c'est le grand raison de la guerre. Chantons et mouvons, mes amis, mouvons donc. Chantons et mouvons, c'est le grand raison de la guerre. Chantons et mouvons, mes amis, mouvons donc. Quand j'ai pas de vin crevé, amis, tout tourner, 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 tourner. Aussi des amis, j'ai pas un jour à boire. Quand j'ai pas de vin crevé, amis, tout tourner, 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 tourner. Aussi des amis, j'ai pas un jour à boire. Chantons et mouvons, c'est le grand sans la guerre. Chantons et mouvons, mes amis, mouvons donc. Chantons et mouvons, c'est le grand sans la guerre. Chantons et mouvons, mes amis, mouvons donc.
He just keeps inviting me. Tell him if you don't want me back. It's fine. I'm not heartbroken.
More drinking songs? Yes? Okay. Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because we have another drinking song ready to go. We can do that. No?
I don't know. Is that the one we were planning to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, I
that
don't
one,
want to
right
skip
there.
this one.
That one right there. Yeah. You got that? All right.
Baby soldiers 3, pardonnez-moi, je vous en prie. Lady, come forth of the low country with never a penny of money. Here, good fellow, vous en prie, lately come forth of the low country, with never a penny of money.
This is a good one.
That is a good one. You were all singing along at home, yeah? Because that makes it better. Actually,
It's good enough.
it's true. Ah, yes. We're not done, but we only have a couple
Close.
songs left, but we are close. So, if you've been waiting to run and grab snacks or head off to the bathroom, there's not a lot left to sit through. So
I mean,
you might want to hang out.
If
for a
you've
second.
been polite this far, we appreciate it.
That's true.
We really
We
feel
do.
it.
How's everybody doing over there?
Everybody's doing good.
That's great. that was Burning Day, another forthcoming song that should be showing up on that same record by the end of the year, if all things go well.
Misha said the song cries out for more bagpipes.
Of course it does.
Or at least Conrad can make that thing sound like a pipe organ.
Sorry, that one.
Or Scotch Dragon said it could use a Korg bass clarinet, which is
You may get your wish.
yeah.
You may get your wish.
I think it calls out for a cannon.
Where are we going to put a cannon?
Well, in the room, it's different, but in there, I think.
I don't know if we're in a spot. I love where you're going with this, but I'm not sure we're at the spot yet where we're ready for that level of production value. So
What's
friends
the,
at home,
there's an orchestral experienced person, not an expert, but experienced person in the room. Do you know the Mahler Symphony that calls for like a gigantic 6 foot by 6 foot box and a percussionist with like a axe-sized hammer to just boom, like. Yeah. There is a Mahler Symphony out there. Michael, if you know.
or if David Fetterman, if you're watching,
Hey, man. That's a good piece.
and if you like that as an idea, do check out Einstürzende Neubauten, especially their work in the early 80s to early 90s.
They have a real flamethrower. Michael's saying flamethrower, but I think they already did it, so.
Well, flamethrower is less their thing. Einstürzende Neubauten was infamous for burning at least one venue to the ground due to errant sparks. That was not on purpose. The band you might be thinking of is Rammstein, which uses flamethrowers in all of their shows. They're very heavy on the pyro. And that is on purpose, so often everything is safe. As it can be when you're working with pyro.
Mahler 6 calls for.
A Wampy.
Did it say the
I
name?
heard a Mahler third. That's what
Mahler
Michael's
third.
saying. Mahler third.
Uh-oh.
I don't know Mahler 3. Mahler 2, Mahler 7, Mahler 5.
So you started later in the series? That's like picking up at Order of the Phoenix.
You gotta.
Like, forget about all the cute Halloweens and Christmases. Let's just dive into the grim.
You gotta start with
One.
2. Mahler 2. And then Mahler 9. Then whatever Mahler you want. Hammerschlag. That piece calls out for Hammerschlag. We didn't
Why
sound
did you
check
go
my
to Scottish?
mic, because even though it was written by a German in Germany, the piece specifically calls for a Scottish percussionist.
How about that email list?
Yeah, so, friends, the house elves informed me that it's very important that I tell you about our email list. Why is that important? I'll tell you why. Because algorithms are not our friend. And even if you follow us on social medias, you might not get all of the things that I post to try and entertain you. So, if you sign up for the subalternproject.com website, the email list, I'll make sure that I get you an email every week reminding you of this show and any other shows that I do during the week, as well as anything that I have going, like an album release or actual in-person physical shows, which there's nothing on the calendar yet, but it is going to be happening soon, friends. So,
Yes.
or guests,
Yes,
which
you want to
are
avoid
also
those
going
shows.
to be very common. I won't bombard you with a ton of emails. It'll usually only be one a week. On a really busy week, it might be 2. But the whole point of this is, if you sign up and get on the email list, you will get a copy of A Vision in Exile, which, weirdly, we played none of the songs from that album tonight. So, anyway, you'll get a free album. I'll get a chance to be able to contact you and let you know what's going on in my musical world, and we both get something out of it. So that'll be fun. And Also, if you want to help to increase the production values and support this stream, do consider dropping a tip in our digital tip jar, which is always greatly appreciated. We are currently working on a new camera and doing research about the best way strategically to get some new lights to make us look even better from a production standpoint. There's not much that, anyway. Right, so thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your continued support. It's always great to be here with you on a Monday night. And yes, we have come to the final song of the evening.
Friends and companions, come join me in rhyme. Come lift up your voices in chorus with mine. Let us drink and be merry, all grief to refrain. For we may or might never all meet here again. Here's
Friends, as always, this has been my favorite way to spend Monday night. And I'm so glad that we had Conrad Smith here tonight to join us on keys and some vocals. So glad that each one of you have been here every Monday night. Thank you so much for tuning in. Love you all. See you next week, Monday, 8 p.m., right here. Thanks.